The Big Bang Theory. In other words, an effort to explain the creation of our universe. Astronomy and physics show that in a matter of seconds our universe was created, and it all started with one tiny point of singularity, when all particles and all matter were at one small point in the universe. The Big Bang Theory can explain what happened during and after that moment. But what about prior to? Was this the beginning of the universe? Or just the beginning of ours? Time should have a beginning, but what about the end? We all know for a fact that the universe is expanding, however the expansion seems to be speeding up. If the universe is to continue expanding is another question that we can pose, and that all depends on the total mass of the universe, which scientists have created 3 models based on the universe's mass of matter. If in the future the universe doesn't have enough mass to stop the expansion, it will be considered an open universe. If there's enough mass to the universe to cause galaxies to stop expanding, the universe is considered closed. And if the universe will continue to expand, but slows to the expansion basically being 0, it will be flat. And based on these 3 models, the scientists have constructed 3 main scenarios for the final fate of our universe. The Big Crunch, the Big Chill, and the Big Rip. But now I'm going to be focusing on the Big Crunch theory. The Big Crunch theory is the theory in which our universe is closed. This demonstrates that the expansion will slow to the point of stopping, causing it to then reverse. It'll be pulled inward and collapse. The galaxies will become closer and closer, eventually condensing down into one tiny point called singularity. Singularity. Isn't that how our universe started? Now, before I go on, this theory did not match the observations of other astronomers, therefore most scientists just disregarded the theory completely. But the cosmologist Sir Arthur Eddington once said, "Don't worry if your theory doesn't agree with the observations, because they're probably wrong. But if your theory disagrees with the second law of thermodynamics, it is in bad trouble." Now, the second law of thermodynamics states that in a cyclic process, the entropy will either increase or remain the same. In the Big Crunch theory, the universe has stopped expanding and did the reverse of its cyclic occurrence, and the entropy is increased and all particles and matter are condensed into one point called singularity of an infinitely small, infinitely hot, infinitely dense point of matter. And as we can see, this does not clash or disagree with the second law of thermodynamics. Therefore, this theory should most definitely not be disregarded, as if you relate it back to the Big Bang, our universe started with a point of singularity, just like how the Big Crunch resulted in a point of singularity, where the Big Chill and the Big Rip did not result in a point of singularity. And in 2001, Steenhardt and Turok proposed an idea called the cyclic model, which proposes that the universe undergoes an endless sequence of bangs and crunches. The whole idea is based on the M theory, which is another version of the string theory. It suggests that every particle is in a tiny loop of string, whose vibration pattern determines what type of particle it will be. But the M theory does require that the universe has to have 11 dimensions. And the theoretical framework of the superstring theory supports that the universe exists in 10 different dimensions as we live in now. But in order for the theory to work, like I said earlier, it needs to have 11 dimensions, which is possible as the universe is still expanding. And if you ask anyone how many dimensions we lived in 20 years ago, they would only say the 4 main ones. We have made a discovery that there are in fact 10 dimensions, and scientists are still looking. So maybe not now or anytime soon. But as space is expanding, more and more theories are coming to play, meaning that more and more discoveries are being made. Maybe even another dimension. Because scientific facts prove the Big Bang and the Big Crunch are possible, if the Big Crunch were to occur, the universe would be condensed into a point of singularity, and having such heavy, powerful, condensed point in the universe would result in another Big Bang, an explosion creating another universe. And for all those people who know on that universe, is that was the beginning of the universe. Meanwhile, we know that was only the beginning of their universe. Just like them, we believe that the Big Bang was the beginning of the universe, the beginning of time. But really, it might only be the beginning of our universe. There is in fact a beginning to every time, but after the time, there is an end, and after that end, there is another beginning. And we can never really know how those beginnings and ends occurred. But we do know that all time must have a beginning, and every beginning must have an end.